everyone. I hope you're doing well. So by now you probably have listened to the video that I sent to you guys on average rate of change. We are doing a new lesson, and here comes Spike. He wanted to say hi. Come here, baby. That's our bearded dragon. So we are going to do average rate of change. It's a new lesson. And if you watch the video, you should have been able to realize that average rate of change is just another word for slope. And you did slope back when you did Algebra 1. And remember, slope is just the change in y divided by the change in x. Okay, so remember, it's just y minus y over x minus x. Okay, so average rate of change and slope are the same exact thing. So we are going to go to page 30, and I'm going to do question 1 for you. Okay, so it says, given the function defined in the table below, find the average rate of change in simplest form of the function over the interval 1 to 5. So right here, they gave you the x values. They want you to go from 1 to 5 and find the rate of change or the slope between 1 and 5. Now, one way they could give it to you is in table form, which is what this question has it in. So it gives us a table for x, f of x, well, f of x we know is y. So average rate of change, as soon as I see those words, I know that that's another word for slope. Okay, so average rate of change, we're just basically going to do y minus y over x minus x. That is the slope formula. So they want us to go from 1 to 5, which means we're going to go from 1 to 5, and I'm going to circle those values. Those are the two that we are using in the formula. So on top are my two y values. So my y column, I have a 77 and a 41. So here, I'm going to put 77 minus the second y value is 41 divided by, and now your x value, whichever one you started with, needs to go first. So it's going to be 1 minus 5 on the bottom. Okay, and that's it. And now we're just going to simplify. So 77 minus 41 is 36. 1 minus 5 is negative 4, and then 36 divided by negative 4 is negative 9. So the average rate of change for number 1 is negative 9. So that's all it is. Average rate of change is just another word for slope. Okay, you are going to try question 2 on your own. Okay, and now we're going to flip to page 32. So on page 32, I'm going to do question 4 for you. So it says, given the function g of x equals x squared plus 4x minus 1, determine the average rate of change of the function over the interval from negative 6 to 1. Now, this one doesn't give us the table, so we need to figure out what the y values are that correspond to these two x values. So all that means is I'm going to go xy. I want to go from negative 6 and I want to go to 1. I don't care about any of the other values. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my y equals. I'm going to plot this graph. So x squared plus 4x minus 1. I'm going to go to my table. The only two values I care about are the negative 6 and the positive 1. So at negative 6, 11 corresponds to it. And at positive 1, 4 corresponds to it. Those are the only values I care about because that's the only values here they told me to go from, negative 6 to 1. So again, average rate of change just basically means slope. So my formula is y minus y over x minus x, the change in y over the change in x. So I'm going to start by putting in one of the y values. So I'm going to start with 11 minus 4 over, again, now I need to go back to the one that corresponds to 11. So it's going to be negative 6 minus 1 on the bottom. Okay. So again, now I'm just going to go to my calculator and I'm going to simplify. So 11 minus 4 is 7. And negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. And we know that 7 divided by negative 7 is negative 1. So the average rate of change is negative 1. Okay, you guys are going to try 5. And now we're going to flip to the next page, so page 33, and we're going to do number 7 together. Same type of question, the only difference is now they give you a graph. So what is the average rate of change between the interval of 6 to 8? So if we want to make our XY chart again, our X values are going from 6 to 8. Again, those are the only two values I care about. So now I'm going to go to my graph. So at 6, the Y value that corresponds to it is up here at 10, right? These are going by 2's. So this is 10. And at 8, this number, the Y value that corresponds to it is a 4. Once I have it looking like that, it looks exactly like what we've been doing. Average rate of change, Y minus Y over X minus X. So I'm going to do 10 minus 4 over 6 minus 8. So 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 minus 8 is negative 2. And 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. There's your average rate of change. Okay. And then you guys are going to try number 8. And then you're also going to try on page 30, where am I? 36. I want you to try number 11. It gives you 3 different functions. F of x is the graph, g of x is this table, and h of x is this one right here. So I want to figure out 3 rate of changes, all from the interval of -1 to 3, and then I want to know which one of these is true. So basically, which is the smallest one to the largest one. That's all they want, the smallest rate of change to the highest rate of change. Okay, so I will put the questions that you need to do in an assignment, but I just wanted you to have basically my voice and my explanation of average rate of change. Okay, hope to see you guys soon and have a good day. Bye.